In the world of office construction and project management, the rules of the game are changing fast. Global companies setting up a shop in Israel face unique challenges, from local regulations and cultural differences to the sheer complexity of managing large-scale projects across time zones. Welcome, Weiser Fried, Managing Partner at Raz Management Engineering.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So, Raz Management is a veteran firm in the Israeli landscape with decades of experience. I want to ask you, from your point of view, what are the most significant changes you are seeing in office projects managing today by global companies which are operating in Israel?
Sure. So there's a dramatic change that's been in the past few years, and what you can see is kind of going from a scattered, decentralized sort of model to something more organized and linear. So a few years down the line, we would see companies try to contract an architect and a PM and consultants and try to navigate between the tasks of a fit-out project by themselves. So they were wasting a lot of time and obviously a lot of money and doing things that they have no experience doing. And today I think you see clients that they don't want those risks. They have no time for those risks and they don't want to waste that money. And they're looking for some initiative to take full responsibility for the project.
That's an interesting, unique point about hidden costs. So you are saying the total cost of ownership in the traditional model is actually much higher than what is on paper.
Correct. The way we see it, the cost of the project is not just the sum of the invoices. Because when you have an executive manager like a CEO, a CFO, an HR trying to manage a fit-out project, you have them wasting a lot of time on tasks they're not sure how to do. When you have a product launch that's delayed because the lab is not ready, then that's a waste of money. When you pay double lease because you don't get the occupancy permits on time, then you're wasting money. So when we come along and we take responsibility end to end for the project, and they have that peace of mind to work on what they need to work on, to do their job, then that has a large economic value for the project.
Global clients are a core focus for you. What are their unique pain points when they decide to build or renovate office here in Israel?
Yeah, so global clients do have different maybe challenges. I think maybe the first one is the time difference and the distance. And sometimes when you need to bring... The regulation, we're going to get to that. So when you have to get stakeholders that are all around the world on one call with the consultants here in Israel, that's an issue. That's a problem. That you want to get answers for the questions on time and not when it's too late and it costs money. The other thing is also regulations, bureaucracy, permits. Even for Israelis, that's sometimes a black box on how to work with the authorities here. So coming from outside, from Europe or the United States, things work very much differently.
And the time zone also.
The time zone as well. Just, to get on a call and get the right answers for what you need. And the cultural difference, the language barrier. How do we negotiate? How do we work with suppliers? What are our expectations? How do things work on the ground? So what they actually need is a local partner to kind of be that cultural translator. So that's part of what we do. We're their boots on the ground, and they know that they have someone looking for their best interest.
So this is where your integrated turnkey model comes in. You call it a one purchase order solution. Can you break that down for us? What does the process look like for the client?
Sure. So the turnkey model is in order to make a complex project simple for the client. What we do when we sign with the client in a turnkey project is we sit down with them and we deep dive into what their wants, what their needs are, what is their vision, how much do they want to pay for the project. And at the end of that process, what we have is a document that we call the Project Bible. And you can find there a layout and technical specs, the budget, obviously, and also the schedule. And at the end of that, they'll be signing only with one point of contact, one purchase order with us, and we take care of everything from that point on. Architects, consultants, contractors, subcontractors, we do it all. What they get is a weekly update. And from my experience, even a daily update, because they only have to talk to one person, which is our project manager.
It's amazing.
It is.
And it's a closed budget, right?
It's a closed budget. There are a few options, but it's a closed budget. We don't come back asking for more money. That's it.
Only if they want some changes.
If they want changes, if they want to add something, they went somewhere and they saw this great technology that they want to implement, we're more than happy to add that. But that's why the Project Bible includes so many specific details so that it's clearly transparent of what it is they're receiving.
It's amazing because, when you do it by yourself, everything, so you never end with the budget you wanted to.
Correct. Our experience has led us to build the budget correctly. We know how to estimate correctly. We know the market prices, and therefore they get what they ask for.
So you obligate for this.
We're obligated to the budget.
You often describe your work as building a project ecosystem, which is very distinct and unique perspective. What does it mean? What's different?
So the difference and the main issue regarding the ecosystem is the way we approach the project when we start recruiting consultants, contractors. We're not just looking for the cheapest one in the market. We're looking for the right fit for the project and for the client. And our experience in the past few years has led us to build that ecosystem, those relationships with the best in the field. So when the client signs with us, they get a really well-oiled machine. There's no learning curve. We know our relationship with them is built on trust. They know our expectations, and they know how to work with that. And on top of that, the client gets the advantage of getting better prices due to kind of our mass production with these suppliers.
That leads to an important question about the design-build model. In the traditional approach, the management company supervises the contractor. In your model, you are both the project manager and, in essence, the general contractor. So how do you resolve what seems to be a theoretical conflict?
You're right. That is an important question. And the short answer is transparency and trust building. What we do is we approach that theoretical conflict with what we call an open books model. So once we're finalized with the budget, whether it's a fixed price or a percentage of the works, we present the costs of every field, of every contractor or consultant in the project. Every payment, all negotiations, everything is openly presented to the client. And that kind of work model gives them the confidence that this relationship is not only vendor-client relationship. We are a team working on this project, and their interest is the same as my interest.
So in essence, you are delivering a comprehensive business solution built on trust. Looking forward, what trends do you see shaping the future of workspace project delivery?
So I think there's going to be a few things that are going to be with us within the next few years. The first one is sustainability, just paying attention to the community that we're living in, whether it's implementing LEED or WELL standards in the design, using recycled materials, working with local production. So that's very important to a lot of the global clients. Also technology, so maybe using IoT or maybe using high standard, high-tech systems that are going to be very cost-effective and the client can use looking years ahead. And I think maybe most importantly, and this is just based on the past couple of years, a flexible workspace. So we know now that changes are ongoing and we need that workspace to be dynamic. So when you're talking about a holistic solution for the client, they don't want to buy a PM, a supervisor, execution company. They want results, and they want one initiative that gives them those deliverables.
So, Gal, for a global company entering the Israeli office construction landscape, the value of your integrated design-build model is perfectly clear. You are not only offering project management, you are offering a complete solution with a single trusted partner. Gal Weiser Fried, thank you for being here and thank you for clarifying that so effectively.
Thank you, Daphna, for having me and letting me talk about our approach.
Thank you for being with us. Look us up in the podcast apps.